So we have seen these two formulas. I have shown you input. I want to show you select tag. Button I have shown you. A I have shown you. IFG tag I have shown you. Select tag I want to show you. So let's see this. I'll go to create account. Okay. So here you have a drop downs, right? So this is the drop down. So are we recording? Yeah. So select tag. So you have a ARIA label month, name attribute value, ID attribute value, title. So I'll use a title, okay? It's up to you which attribute you want to use. I'm not concerning only we have to use one attribute. It's up to you. That's what the formula, what it says, think. Formula says double forward slash tag name, square bracket, at the rate attribute name. These are all attributes. This is the one attribute. Name is one attribute, ID is one attribute, title is one attribute, class is one attribute. You can use whichever attribute you want. That's a generic formulas are important. You need to remember the formulas. That's it. Select a tag, square bracket at the rate. So title equal to title value. Now see, it is identifying month drop down. It is identifying month drop down. Clear? That's all about this. And so I covered up most of the things. You can see here I covered up most of the things. How can you identify dynamically changing elements in XPath? So we have seen in the CSS. How can you do same thing in XPath? So there contains we used which regular expression for contains star. For starts with which one we used?
Caret
Symbol. So for ends with we used
$sign.
So this is the in CSS, but now in XPath you have a function names, that is contains and starts with and access XPaths you have. So contains function, text function, starts with function, and I have shown you just now on top. Not function, I don't have any. So examples, last function, position function, and we have a following, preceding, ancestor, descendant. So these are all the different access XPaths. So let's see one by one. If you want to identify links or static text or header text using contains and text function, this is the formula. So if you want to identify any text in your web page, so the formula is double forward slash tag name square bracket contains bracket normal parenthesis bracket. So function bracket, this one. Text function, comma, single quote, partial or complete text you can give, single quote close, parenthesis bracket close, and square bracket close. This is called square bracket. This is called parenthesis bracket. So be clear. If you don't know, note down them. So that's the how to identify any kind of text. Is a link text, static text, header text, any text you want to identify, you can use a text function. Only text if you want to identify. For example, you want to identify with an attribute. So this is the formula. So the formula is double forward slash tag name square bracket contains bracket at the rate attribute name, comma, single quote, partial or complete attribute value, single quote, close, bracket close, and square bracket. See, you have at the rate ID, see that. Even instead of this, here we are writing a tag name, right? Instead of tag, you can write a star also. Star means any tag. Any tag which contains this ID and ID value, and Selenium will recognize that element. So double forward slash tag name contains name attribute and name value. Double forward slash tag name contains @class value. So double forward slash tag name square bracket contains @value. So double forward slash tag name square bracket contains title value. So this is like instead of remembering all this, just one formula you remember. That's it. But you should know attribute names. You should be familiar with attribute names. Then this is going to be very, very easy. Okay, let's go and practice all this one by one. Okay, and again, I'm going for this. So dynamically changing web elements. You can see I want to identify. So this date drop down. But this date drop down name value dynamically changes. How can you identify that? Dynamically changes. How can you identify that? So we have formulas, right? So use those formulas. Double forward slash star square bracket contains 1 minute. So contains bracket, normal bracket. And attribute you are using, I'm using attribute name. So @name, comma, single quote. So this dynamically changes. Every element in this page dynamically changes. So unchanged portion means this is the unchanged portion. This is the unchanged portion. Just take that. And paste it. That's it. See, now your element can be recognized easily, whichever you want. This is the beauty. And same thing you can do with it, starts with double forward slash star square bracket starts hyphen with @name, comma, single quote and name value. So that's the starting part of name, right? So this is the DOB underscore DAY is the starting part. But can I write a DAY with a starts with or contains? Starts with, can I write a DAY?
No, because DOB is the starting one.
DOB is the starting part. So you cannot write a DAY. With the contains, can I write a DAY?
Yeah.
You can write. DAY is contains means anywhere. You can take it.
But in starts with, we can do DOB underscore DAY, right, Ramesh?
Which one?
In starts with, we can use DOB underscore
I can use only DOB also.
Yeah, just say.
I can do DOB also. That's a start part is DOB only, right?
Yes, that's right.
You can do starts with. So name is starting with the DOB. That's what the important here. But the second one, it won't recognize if you use that DOB.
That's right.
For example, month is there. It's a complex. It's getting confusion, right?
Yes.
That confusion, how you can avoid? By giving a proper unique value. So it has to understand, right? While giving any value, it should understand. You should not give a complex. Starts hyphen with bracket @name, comma, single quote. But I will give this time month. DOB month.
DOB underscore month.
DOB underscore month. If I give DOB, it won't recognize. It will identify first one, not the one which you want.
But see, if I give starts with only DOB, definitely it will get confused, right?
Right. Yeah, right. So
it
that's why you have to
identify the first one also, right?
It will first one will identify. It won't get confusion. It will identify first one. Because it is getting right for the priorities first, whichever is available, that will identify.
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting the point. Oh, got it.
So it will identify whichever is available there.
Ah,
For example, if I write starts hyphen with @name, comma, single quote, DOB. If I write.
ah,
So where the DOB first element, which is the first element, day.
day.
So that's why day will identify.
Okay, whichever comes first, it will identify that first. Okay.
Yeah.
The second one only it will get confused.
Yeah. Second one,
got
it won't
got
come.
Yes, makes sense.
So that's these values starts with and contains. So even starts with also you have like this. Okay. So starts with you have formula. Starts with means if your element starts with a text or attribute value that is constant and input might be changing, you can use a starts hyphen with. So you can identify even links to static text to header text with a starts with and a text function. Let me show you this also one text. So this is the text, right? So let's take that. So I'll take this text. But I don't want to give complete. You can give complete or you can give anything. But for example, I will give this one. Only starting part is create, right? I'll give this one. But what is the attribute? What is the tag name? What is the tag name of this?
Text.
Tag name texta. Where you have seen text tag?
No. It's
What is the tag name of this highlighted portion? Huh?
Div.
Div, right?
Yeah.
Div. Are you all aware of tags? Very simple, guys. You don't confuse here. Anybody confusing, let me know. That's a shame. Again, if you don't know how to identify the tags, the less than symbol after immediate one word or one letter, that's a tag name. Don't put me in trouble. If you don't understand, ask me. Less than symbol after one word or one letter. So this is also a tag. This is also a tag. All these are tags. Less than symbol after. If you don't know the basics of HTML, it's difficult to understand Selenium concepts. Basics of HTML is very important. Okay, now I'm giving a div tag, square bracket, starts hyphen with, but this is the text, right? I'm going to use a text function, comma, single quote, the text value. See, only I'm giving a partial text value. So div contains a very big text. This is the entire text, but I am not giving entire text. I'm giving only starting part of the text. So this is the one. See that? Okay. I'm telling this div starts with the text create. Clearly, I'm saying starts with the text. See how meaningful this one. Div starts with the text that is create. Then identify, I'm saying. It will go and identify in the HTML web piece. But same contains, see that. Div square bracket contains of text function, because it's a text, I'm representing a text function, comma, single quote, and text value. I can give account. See, that's the beauty of this contains. Anywhere you can take, middle, end, see that. Still I can recognize. So that's a contains a text. That means div contains a text account. Yes, it is there. That's why it will go and identify. Next. So there is one more concept. Let me show you. Exact one. exact text you want to identify. Identifying a link or a static header text using text function alone. No contains, no starts with, only text function. So this is one double forward slash tag name square bracket text function equal to exact text. So you want to give exact text. Then you can use a text. See here equal to, but here I am not using equal to when I use contains. Did I use a equals here? No, comma after immediately I'm writing a value. Here even it starts with also, see? Starts with also text function after I'm not using equal to. Equal to means exactly. See, let me show you the differences of all this. If we use double forward slash div square bracket text function equal to single quote complete text. So this is the complete text. That's what equal to. Equal to you're saying, okay, text exactly. That's the one. Can you use a partial one here?
No,
No,
will not
No.
identify.
because we don't have.
Let's see what will happen. So double forward slash div square bracket text function equal to, I'll just write only, yeah, I'll just remove this one only, partial one only. See, you can see the error. Element is not found. Because you're putting it, okay, div text exactly equal you're putting. That's not equal, right? You're giving only half, not full. So that's why if you use a text equal to, you have to give complete text. It can be a spaces or whatever it is. That's why whenever your elements having a spaces, your elements having a very big text, always prefer to use contains or starts with. Okay, contains means middle, you liked one word, you want to take that one only, then use contains only. Or a starting point is good, use starts with. So that's the combinations. All these are very, very important. Are you clear? Are any doubts on these formulas? So we covered starts with, text function, contains, we covered everything we covered. Now, not a negative XPath. I don't have any examples. Before we used to have this website. Now this website went down. So I cannot show. So basically not a negative XPath is including not function before any attribute. That means you want to say that attribute is not there. Then you identify that element. You want to say that. Then you will use a not function. So like this. Not at the rate attribute 2. Then you can identify this element. So that's what this not function. But before we used to have that, but it's not there now. Don't worry. It's okay. Now, last function and position function. So last function and position function. So let's go and identify that last and position functions. So what is mean by last function? So you have a list of elements. In the list, you want to identify last element. You can use a last function. So suppose you have seen here, this is a very big, right? And you want to identify this last element. Instead of writing li14 something, you can directly write a identify first element and write a last function. Directly it will identify this one or this one, whatever the last element. Okay, that's what this last function. Position function means, so you want to identify the element based on the position. That means element position. Element position means in the order, which order it is there, which order it is placed. So like 1 position, 2nd position, 3rd position, 4th position. So you will write a position equal to the position number, so that will identify that position element. So then there is a normalized space in XPath. Normalized space is double forward slash star normalize hyphen space equal to strawberry. So suppose, see here you have a space. You can ignore the spaces with this normalize hyphen space function. So you got it? Otherwise you have to use a contains, right? Instead of that, you can write like this, double forward slash or tag name or star square bracket and normalize hyphen space function equal to, and write this, all the spaces it will omit and it will identify that element. That's the normalize space in XPath. So let's go and practice all this. So now you can see here. Okay, I want to show you last and position function, right? See, I will identify this element and I will identify last element. Okay, so how I can identify first element? Directly write the XPath. So normal XPath you can write. So I want to identify first element. See, this is the div ULLIA. So simple. So double forward slash div square bracket contains of @class, comma, the class value. What is the class value? This div, I will take a W full max. I will take this one. Select and copy. Right click, you can copy. On that element, you have to right click. So normal bracket close. First normal bracket you have to close. See, while closing the brackets, first inner brackets you have to close, then outer bracket. Then, so UL tag, then this div after next immediate tag is a UL tag. Then UL after LI tag after A. So I can identify first element. See that? Sign out. Now I want to identify last element. So instead of writing again LI some index, I can write so LI wherever LI is there, that LI place. So square bracket inside, just write a last function. Last function. That's it. See, it will identify the last element now. But you want to identify last but one? Just what you need to do? Last -1. Just write last -1. So it will identify last but one. So
Minus.
Oh, I used equal to. See, last but one. If you want to use one more level up, last but one after, before that, last -2. You just give last -2. So like that, you can go up also from last to upwards. You can go. So with the last. Same thing, you can identify a position function. Okay. So let's see, there is a position function. Suppose I want to use position here only, the LI place only, you just put a position. So position. Position equal to 2. I have given position equal to 2. Now which one will identify? From last or from top?
Help center.
Help center will identify, exactly. Something we made a mistake. POSATION equal to 2/A. Right, correct only. Right? So this is the position and the last functions, how you can recognize. Yeah, any questions? Please practice tomorrow. I'll explain. Okay, normalized space I want to show. The last one I'll show and then we'll wind up. See, this one has a lot of spaces. How do you know, sir, this has a space? See this. Can you see here? See that? Here also space. W and this angle bracket, in between that there is a space. Y and the angle bracket in between, there is a space. So that spaces I cannot use. So instead of that, what you can do, just copy only text, okay? And write normalize it. You don't know how many spaces are there. So always spaces, it is difficult for us to count them. So double forward slash H1 square bracket, square bracket, correct, square bracket, and normalize hyphen space function equal to the value. See, I'm not giving any spaces. So that's the beauty of this. Instead of, you don't need to use contains text. You can use a normalized space equal to and value you write, a text you write. Wherever spaces are there, spaces automatically it will be ignored. So that's a normalized space.
Ignores
So
the starting and ending spaces alone, right?
Yeah,
Not-
only head and tail portion.
Okay.
Not in the mid of the words. Head and tail portion means where? This one, right? This is the head and this is the tail portion. Beginning and end, not in the middle, okay? So
but
that's
suppose we are using Ramesh contains or starts with without giving this normalize. If we are using the same thing with starts with or contains, it will throw
starts
an
with doesn't work. Starts with doesn't work. Why? There is a space.
okay.
Only contains will work.
Contains will work. Okay.
Contains will work.
Mm-hmm.
If there are spaces, you cannot use starts with.
Got it.
Only contains or normalized space will work. Yeah, that's it for the day.